the previous episodes, the students have explored the growth of a magical beanstalk whose height increases by a factor of 4 each day. In this episode, Josh and Arobindo will try to determine the factor by which a new beanstalk grows each day using 2 applets.
Okay, Jack was given another beanstalk sprout and believes that it has a different rate of growth. We're going to use an applet to try and find how this beanstalk is growing.
This applet shows the same beanstalk at 2 different times, day A and day B. Josh and Arobindo will explore the growth of the beanstalk by comparing the height at various times. They start out by changing day B to 1 to compare the height of the beanstalk at day 0 and day 1.
Maybe 1.
For day B?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's just 4 times bigger. Is that every day goes by, it's 4 times bigger.
And how could we check that?
We can check that by seeing how much bigger it grows by each day.
Okay, so
in between day 0 and day 1, it looks like it is actually 4 times bigger. Because there's like 4 clumps of leaves, pretty much. And then we could check like day A being 1. Or like really any number. And then day B being like 1 more than that.
Like what?
Like 2. And here it's also like 4 times bigger.
So, Josh,
3.
Yeah, it does look like 3 actually.
It is 3.
Why do you say it's 3? Are you just guessing?
Oh wait, no, it's not 3.
There's like, on the first one there's like 3 leaves.
Mm.
And then on the second, and on day B there's
9, yeah. It is only 3.
Josh and Arobindo originally thought that the beanstalk was growing by a factor of 4 each day. They came to this conclusion by comparing the height of the beanstalk on day 0 and day 1, and then comparing the height of the beanstalk on day 1 and day 2. However, now Josh is starting to question if the beanstalk is growing by a factor of 4 each day or a factor of 3. To help them determine which factor is correct, they will use a new applet.
Okay, here's another applet that might help. So this is similar, but it has these stacking buttons.
Oh, okay.
So what that does is it stacks the height of the first of day A. Does that make sense? Does it make sense what it's doing?
Yeah.
You want me to delete that for you?
Yeah.
What would you like me to put in?
1.
1 here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can put like 0 for day A. Since you put
Like that?
Yep. So it's only 2 times bigger. No, wait. Is it?
2.
No, it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Where do you see the... Do you think it's 2 or do you think it's 3?
3, because it's like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
What made you think it was 2 at the beginning?
Because there's
there
only
was
like...
1, 2.
Yeah,
you also have to count this one.
Yeah.
Why do you count that first one? Why do you
Because it's
think
like
you should count
the
that
first... It's like
You have to
the
like count like the
1 times...
gaps.
Yeah, it's like 1 times of like the day 0.
So it's 1 time of what on the day 0?
The height.
The height of day 0. And can you show me where the 2 and the 3 are?
The 2 is... You can't really do anything.
Can you just
This is 2 and
mouse
this
over?
is 3.
So sometimes I see you pointing to the tick marks. Is there any way you can see like the length of the beanstalk or copies of the beanstalk from day A to day B in the picture? I'm interested in seeing this height. So do you see how kind of...
It's 1 unit.
Can you show me that 1 unit in the picture?
It's like the distance between the
Yeah, distance between 2 tick marks.
Okay, the distance between 2 tick marks. Can you show that distance between 2 tick marks for each of the 3?
So there's this distance between 2 tick marks.
Okay.
And then there's this distance between 2 tick marks.
Okay.
And then there's another distance between two tick marks.
Okay.
The students now think that the beanstalk is growing by a factor of 3 each day. Originally, they thought that the beanstalk was growing by a factor of 2 because they noticed the beanstalk on day 1 was 2 segments taller than the beanstalk on day 0. However, they now realize that they can see 3 copies of the height of the beanstalk on day 0 in the picture of the beanstalk on day 1. This means the beanstalk had grown by a factor of 3 over that day. They will now verify that the beanstalk is growing by a factor of 3 by comparing other pairs of days.
Are there any other days you want to check?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Maybe 1 and 2.
Okay.
It could be like any number for day. It could be even like 1.1 and 2.1. Doesn't really matter.
Okay, so is this what you were expecting to see between 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay. If I put it, and then you said what, 1.1 and 2.1?
Yep.
What do you expect to see?
I expect to see day B's plant growing 3 times higher. Being 3 times higher.
Should we see?
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. So it is actually 3 times tall.
So what do you take from that?
I take from it like if any like distance, like so if there's like a gap of 1 day, it'll always be 3 times taller.
Josh and Arobindo figured out that the new beanstalk was growing by a factor of 3 each day by checking how the height changed over several time periods. They found that whenever the difference in times was 1, they could find 3 copies of the beanstalk at the beginning time and the height of the beanstalk 1 day later. In the next episode, they will describe the relationships between the height of the beanstalk over several time periods.